Hello everybody, my name is Sabir Muhammad again. On Instagram I go as Chosen One Athletics, and today I want to ask a question that I get a lot, and that question is, what do I eat? I get that question a lot when it comes to what do I eat to build muscle, what do I eat to lose weight. So today I'm going to answer that question, okay? And oftentimes, and don't mind me, I got notes so that I stay on point. I end up rambling a lot, so this helps me a lot. All right. But oftentimes I get this question, and it's such a loaded question. Okay, because when it comes to food, I can't tell you to eat exactly what I'm eating. Maybe that might not work for you. Maybe that might not work for your goals. So the first thing when it comes to figuring out what you need to eat is first you need to identify your goal. Is your goal to gain weight? As far as building muscle? Is your goal to lose weight? Are you trying to build muscle and lose fat at the same time? So what are you trying to do? Okay. Once you've identified what it is you're trying to do, then you can start to really think and solve that problem. So the first step is going to be just finding a starting point. Okay. If you're, like I said, I'm speaking primarily to my guys who are looking to put on muscle, put on weight, or the girls who you want to put on a little bit of size. If you, and don't mind my belly right now, I'm full. But if you're trying to gain weight, have a starting point. Okay. If you're a 160, 150 pound guy, maybe your starting point may be 150 grams of protein, or 120 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and maybe 30 to 40 grams of fats. Okay, maybe that's a start. First off, let me back up a little bit. Okay, if you saw my last video, it was the 5 mistakes beginners make video. If you saw my last video, in that video I explained macros and how proteins, carbs, and fats work and how they relate to each other. So if you did not see that video, go back. The link will be in the description and check it out, okay? But like I said, understand that one, you gotta work with your macros, okay? You gotta figure out how many proteins, carbs, and fats do I need to eat, okay? And just have a starting point. It's not gonna be spot on, but you need to start somewhere, eat that amount of food for a week, and see what the body does, see how it responds, see if you gain weight, see if you lose weight, see if you stay the same weight. But yeah, like I said, if you're maybe 150, 160 pound guy, just start off with 120 grams of protein, you know, then and maybe 200 grams of carbs and 30, 35 grams of fats. Now you're gonna say, Sabir, that's nothing. Yes, I know, it's a starting point. So see what your body does, okay? Then those next 7 days, depending on how your body responds, that's when you make adjustments. So if you might find that you may gain weight in those first 7 days with just that starting point. If you gain a pound in a week just by eating that, then stick with it, okay? Now, if you see that you lose weight, increase the food a little bit. So if you're at 120 grams of protein, maybe bump it up to 150 grams of protein. Maybe bump those 200 grams of carbs up to 250 grams of carbs. Maybe bump the fats up from 30, 35 grams of fats, maybe to about 40 grams of fat. Or you can keep the fat the same. And then that next week, now you're doing 150 grams of protein. Now you're doing 250 grams of carbs. You go another 7 days, okay? Another 7 days comes. If you don't gain any weight again, add more, you know? And you don't want to add a ton. You don't want to add macros in that amount usually. As far uh, as the carbs go, you don't want to add that on tremendously. That's just if, like, let's say you do that right there for a week and you lose 2 pounds in that week. If you lose 2 pounds, you got to refeed the body. Now, if you just maintain your weight on that, then maybe add another 20 grams of carbs, for that next week. And then you might find that, okay, with 20 grams of carbs, I'm gaining a pound, all right? And then if you're gaining, keep it the same. Keep the food the same if you're gaining. You don't need to go and have 250 grams of protein off the bat, 500 grams of carbs, 65 grams of fat, or 100 grams of fat. You don't need that, okay? Just do what the body needs. The body's gonna grow from just from small up. So change your macros incrementally. That really gives your body time to adjust, and when you do it incrementally, you can actually know, okay, how is 200 grams treating me? How do I feel? Do I have energy? Another thing, track your macros every single day. Easy way to track your macros is MyFitnessPal, okay? Plug all your food into MyFitnessPal. You gotta make sure you're being consistent every day. Because if you're not consistent, it's not gonna work. If your carbs are 150 grams one day, 250 grams the next day, 300 grams the day after that, you're not gonna be able to understand where your body is. You're not gonna be able to track anything. You're gonna say, hey man, I'm not gaining any weight, or hey, I'm not losing any weight. But it's because Monday you ate 100 grams of carbs, Tuesday you had 250, Wednesday you had 200 grams of fats, Thursday you had no protein, everything's just all over. So track your macros. Point number 2, find out what you like, okay? Especially if you're trying to build muscle, really everybody. First thing, when people ask me, what do I need to eat? I used to do like the regular trainers and be like, all right, you need to cut this. Trainers forget. A lot of people have a different mentality, depending on who you are, depending on your discipline levels. But most people can't just cut all this shit out, okay? I'm not gonna tell my clients, hey, you need to, day one, client comes in, train them, kill them, and then tell them, hey, you're not gonna eat no bread, you're not gonna eat no rice, you need to cut out all that cereal, all the junk food, blah, blah, whatever. Yes, I'm gonna tell you, cut all the junk food out. Cut that. But if you like having burgers, instead of me telling you don't eat burgers, I'm gonna tell you cook the burgers from home and track the burger, okay? If you cook it from home, you can weigh it with this little scale thingy right here. This is not a weed scale. I guess weed is legal now some places. This is a food scale. You can weigh your food, all right? If you like burgers, eat burgers. You can eat them. If they fit in your macros, which we just talked about, then you can eat that food. That's one thing that keeps me motivated. I used to try that thing. When I lived with my parents, I was telling, I don't care what food tastes like, I just gotta get it in. That only lasts so long, right? And we're trying to really get results and longevity. You guys who follow me on Instagram, you see how I've built up. It's because I've been consistent with it. A part of that is being mindful and doing the right thing. So eat the foods you like. If you're Hispanic, or if you're Asian, or you're black, and you got tacos, or you eat a lot of white rice, or this, that, you're used to, as long as you're not eating like fried chicken every day, or fucking, eating a bowl of sugar every day, don't eat that shit. But if you like cereal, maybe you might go pick up a healthy cereal, right? Maybe you might, as long as you're tracking everything, it fits the macro, great. Now, when it comes to the actual food selection itself, of Of course, you want good foods. There was one point where I made a post and I said, eat high quality foods, and I had like several people hit me up and say, what are high quality foods? And what I mean by that, it's just foods you cook, right? So over here, of course, you've got to have the vegetables. We'll come back to that. But this is ground turkey. My wife made it. This is, I think, 93% lean ground turkey. It don't have to be that lean. That's just what's working for my macros right now. Ground turkey. You know, eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein. Turkey is, chicken. I don't eat pork, so I can't speak for anybody who, you know, I can't even mention pork because I'm Muslim. I don't eat pork. But turkey, chicken, beef, whatever. Eggs are the cheapest source of protein to me, my opinion. Of course, you got rice, okay? Rice, perfect. This is a fucking 10-pound bag of rice. I think it was $10 or maybe $8. I don't know. Super cheap. This is gonna last for like 2 months, probably 3 months. You know, you gotta have your veggies. Me, I like jalapenos. I put jalapenos in my eggs. Eggs can get a little bland, so I, you know, put jalapenos in them. Vegetables are very important. The reason vegetables are so important is, and I keep walking away because I gotta make sure my phone's still recording. Vegetables are so important because they keep the body functioning, okay? Trust me, I've been doing this for 2 or 3 years, and I understand, like, bro, when you're eating 150 grams of protein, 200, right now I'm eating 250 grams of protein. When you're eating that much food, it gets clogged up, okay? You get constipated. Maybe you may not feel like you're constipated, but if your bowels are not moving regularly, you might not even, stomach might not be hurting or nothing like that, but if your bowels are not moving regularly, you're not breaking that food down properly. And my big thing is, I don't want to waste any money, okay? Because like we just talked about, protein is expensive. That's the biggest thing that we have a problem with breaking down is protein. So I gotta make sure I get a ton of vegetables in now every day, because otherwise I'm just wasting that protein, and that's a lot of money I'm spending. I don't want to do that, okay? So eat your vegetables. Vegetables, they just give you a lot of micronutrients. Nutrients, I don't even fucking think about, to tell you the truth. But vitamins, shit, just bodily functioning, man. We need vegetables. And real vegetables, not just your salad, your green lettuce. This is spinach, okay? I eat spinach. I eat, right now I'm eating a ton of onions, peppers, and I'm slowly putting more stuff in, okay? So vegetables are a must. Cheese, okay? Look, I'm not the type of person to tell you, don't do this, that. You know, of course, stay away from the crap. I'm not gonna tell you you can't have cheese, okay? Me personally, I don't like a lot of dairy because it hurts my digestive system. Actually, these last couple of days, I've been eating a lot of Greek yogurt, and for one, I got a lot of gas. 2, my stomach's hurting. It's just not comfortable. The food, I can just tell, the food's not digesting the right way with too much dairy in my diet. So, I gotta cut back. Now, that may not be you. You may be able to eat dairy, and that can work out in your favor because there is a lot of good fats in dairy. There is actually a lot of protein in dairy, Greek yogurt specifically. I'm a fan of it. I just gotta figure out how to keep my digestive system working so that I can eat Greek yogurt because there's so much fucking protein in it. And that's another source that's really cheap. And I like cheap, okay? Now, when it comes to figuring out what food you're gonna eat exactly, start off basic. Again, if you just have no idea what to eat, you're like, Sabir, I don't know what I like to eat, I don't know what to do. Here's what I like to do, okay? For breakfast, I like to have oatmeal. Oatmeal, this is protein oatmeal. You don't have to do protein oatmeal. I'm just doing protein oatmeal because of how much protein I gotta get in. Right now I'm doing 250 grams of protein, which is a lot. So for me, may not for somebody else. But um, oatmeal plus eggs. Oatmeal plus eggs for breakfast is perfect. I put my breakfast is mainly when I'm getting a lot of my veggies in, because I'll load up those eggs with onions, green peppers, shit, spinach sometimes, salsa. That's when I'm really trying to get all my veggies in. For lunch, what can you do? Some of that ground turkey we just talked about with some rice. Perfect. You want to do ground turkey, you want to do ground beef, you want to do, let's see, what else can you do for lunch? You might want to do fish or salmon. And then for dinner, same thing. You know, you can have some ground turkey, some rice, make some tacos. I like to make meatloaf. You can make meatloaf. That is perfect. Meatloaf with rice, a little bit of ketchup. That's hitting for me, you know what I mean? And all my foods, all my meals right now, I'm really trying to spice them up. I'm trying to put a lot of vegetables in there, get a lot of flavor in there, not necessarily a whole bunch of salt. And one thing you'll find, a lot of people that don't like vegetables, bro, when you put more vegetables in your food, especially like garlic, onions, and green peppers, you're adding these different textures and flavors, man, and it just tastes really good. I got my chef page coming soon. I'm not a chef yet, but hey, cook that shit up. So that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you want to have some snacks in there, one thing I haven't talked about yet, you like Sabir, come on now. You talking about food, you haven't brought up the protein shake. I haven't brought that up. I wanted to bring that up last, okay? Because protein powder is always the thing people want to talk about first. Yo, what? Oh, okay, I'm trying to get big. What kind of protein do I need to get? Or what protein bars I need? Like, bro, depending on your level, you might only be eating 150 grams of protein, 120, maybe even 180 grams. You might not even need this, okay? The reason I only take it is because I'm like, man, I'm struggling to get 250 grams of protein. So if you don't need to buy protein, don't buy it, okay? Now, if you do, what I recommend is a whey protein. I used to use the mass gainers, but that shit is crap, okay? Reason I like whey protein is because it's lean, okay? This is primarily protein, a little bit of fats, a little bit of carbs, but the main reason I really like it is because you get all the protein, okay? You don't need to buy a mass gainer. Mass gainers are expensive for no reason, and they got all types of bullshit. All they do is add extra sugar. So if you want a mass gainer, what I'll do, use this plus oatmeal or oat milk. I'll use rice milk sometimes to get my extra carbs in. You can even throw peanut butter in there. Let's see, you got some peanut? Yep. We got some peanut butter. Oh, shit. Got some, somebody didn't close the lid. Got some peanut butter in there, and I've even started to put a little whipped cream on top, yo. Light whipped cream or regular whipped cream. Shit, it's just whipped cream. Shit is fire, bro. Try that shit out, okay? So boom, that's your meals right there. That's easily 3, 4, 5 meals. If you say, I don't like none of that stuff, eat steak. If you're gonna afford steak, eat steak. You know, grilled chicken, barbecue chicken, shit. If you don't like rice, beans. One thing I've started to eat is a lot of beans. A lot of beans have carbs and they have protein in it. So you get like double whammy, double bang for your buck. Garbanzo beans, if you like that. Quinoa, you know. Eat a lot of fruits. I did not mention that. I eat a lot of fruit. Bananas specifically, I eat a ton of those. You can have apples, all types of stuff. But yeah, that's your food right there, okay? And then like I said, once you've been tracking your food, just see how it works for you, all right? But you have to be consistent with it and take notes on it. You need to understand and be able to look at your body and say, okay, well, today I feel like this, I feel like these last couple of days I feel depleted, right? And I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting in on my food, why am I feeling depleted? Maybe it's because I swapped out my Greek yogurt for meat sources of protein. So I'm looking at that. And these last couple of days, like I said, I've been more gassy. My digestion has been off. So when you're watching your food, you can say, okay, yogurt doesn't work for me. Okay, rice doesn't work for me. I feel bloated. Or maybe this, I feel great. I feel amazing. I got way more energy. Then eat that. Find out what works and eat that shit. Okay? You don't have to eat this exact same meals every day. That's another thing. Don't eat the exact same meals every day, okay? I switch things up a little bit every day. So today my eggs might have garlic, onions, whatever in it. Tomorrow I might have just jalapenos and cheese in it. So switch it up, switch the meals up, switch up the flavor. Because if you don't like it, it's gonna feel like a chore, and it's really hard to get results when you feel forced to do it. All right. Next point. Make changes only if needed. We touched a little bit on this a couple minutes ago. But like I said before, if the food is working, don't change it. If I gain weight from my 250 grams of protein, my 365 grams of carbs, 65 grams of fat, then don't change it. All right. Now, if I don't gain weight, then I'm gonna add more. Okay. Sometimes we get into a point where we're spilling over. That happens a lot, right? We build muscle. We say, Sabir, I'm getting big. I'm getting what I want. Whatever. I'm getting too fat. Maybe if you're getting too fat, you gotta dial the carbs back a little bit. Maybe you need to look at your fats. Maybe you need to see, am I tracking everything? So make changes only if needed. Another thing I didn't talk about, because I'm bad at it, water. All right, my coach recommends I drink a gallon of water every day. So at least, I would say at least a half gallon to a full gallon would be amazing. Okay. Benefits of water. Water is just, I mean, you need it. Your body's fucking like, what, 75, 80% water? I don't know what the fuck it is. But you need water. So when you don't have water, you get fatigued faster. You feel like you have less energy. You cramp up more, which is not fun. And if you're trying to train hard, you can actually be weaker without drinking water. So water is essential for gains, bro. Damn, I just said gains, bro. Goddamn. Anyway, man, I'm just trying to make sure I hit everything for y'all. But yeah, I mean, sure, really, that's it. I feel like that's it. I feel like that gives you a lot. That gives you a lot to work with. If you like this video, let me know. Like it, comment, DM me, whatever. Because I'm gonna make a lot more videos, and I hope this really helped a lot. Understanding food. Hit me with specific questions though, so I can answer them. All right, but y'all gonna see a lot more from me. I think I've built up a lot of knowledge in these last 2-3 years. Just enjoying this shit, man. I just do this shit for fun, and I'm really loving it. I'm just ready to really share that with y'all. All right. So again, my name is Sabir Muhammad. Check me out, Chosen One Athletics on Instagram. Peace.